welcome back to my channel. So if you guys didn't already guess by the intro, this is a collaboration with my friends here on YouTube, NikkieTutorials, Chrisspy Makeup, and Beta Beauty. And we all recently saw the new Taylor Swift Bad Blood music video. It is amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, it's basically a bunch of hot chicks kicking ass with fierce makeup. It's amazing. So we all decided to do a collaboration on it because everyone has different makeup looks. Even Taylor, I think she has like 20 different makeup looks in the video itself. So we all picked a different look. Make sure you guys head over to Nikkie, Chrisspy, and Beta's channel, give them some love, subscribe to their channels, like their videos, and comment and say that Desi sent you. And yeah, let me tell you a little bit about my look. This is one of Taylor Swift's looks. It shows for like 2.5 seconds in the whole video. It just shows really quickly. It's where she's in the convertible. I'll pop a little picture up right here. She's in the convertible and she has this fierce double wing look, and it's mostly black, but then when you look really closely, there is a pop of blue right in the center, and I just love it. So if you guys are interested in learning how to get this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so I already started off by applying a base to my lids. This is MAC Soft Ochre, and then I just set the base with a powdered eyeshadow that was similar in color. That's because I want it to be easier to blend, and shadows are easier to blend over shadows. If I try to blend all these colors over cream, it can get a little sticky and stuck in any rough patches, and we're gonna be using a lot of dark colors, so don't want that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take black eyeshadow with an angled brush, and I'm first gonna kind of map out the shape that I want. Just because this look is really angular, I wanna make sure they're even. So this is just a Morphe E11. Just gonna run this along the eyeshadow base here, kind of like you're doing eyeliner. Just kind of blending it out. So now what I'm gonna do is just start building more black eyeshadow on top of this and feathering it into the lid space here. I'm focusing most of the product on this outer corner and trying to use whatever's left over to the edge here just so it tapers off. It's a little bit lighter. I find it easier to use an angled brush like this because it already has the shape that you need. So once I've built this initial shape with the eyeshadow, I'm gonna take a little bit on the brush, whatever is kind of left over, and then I want to make sure that this cuts across slightly too. So I'm going to start blending this wing in. And open your eyes too, just to see what it looks like with your eyes open. I can't believe I haven't even used a blending brush yet. This is so unlike me. I'm also going to take this black all the way into this inner corner of the eye also. I'm just taking this little small Morphe E36 brush. It's just like a little domed blending brush, and I'm going to go along the edges here just to soften it up. Just slightly though, because you still want it to be sharp, like a weapon. So you just really want to get that like grunge look with this because, you know, you're a badass, you've been fighting people all day, it doesn't look perfect, it kind of just looks grungy. So in the video, Taylor had navy blue towards the center of the eye, so I'm taking ColourPop's shadow in Rex. And this is a navy blue. It has like purple flecks in it. I'm applying that with a Makeup Geek concealer brush, focusing it more in the center here, like how she has it. I'm just going back with that little blending brush and buffing away the edges here. This look is all about how it looks when your eyes are open. So I want to really keep that feline shape, so I don't necessarily want to bring any dark eyeshadow into this area. So I'm going to focus most of the product right here in the center and then just kind of take whatever's left on the brush and dab it in towards the black. Okay, so now that we have the shape all laid down, I'm going to go into my I just see Nude and it's throwing me off. Matte Nude, and I'm going to take a brown color here, probably just this one and a little bit of this one, mix them together. You guys can take any brown. I'm going to wipe most of it off on the back of my hand, and then whatever's left over, I'm going to use this to kind of feather out these edges and just give a cohesive shape. And I'm not really doing windshield wiper motions for any blending today. I'm kind of just doing like these little patting motions. I don't really want the eyeshadow to go up too high, and I want to keep the blend really soft, so I'm not using a big brush, and I'm more just moving the product around. So rubbing motions, and I kind of want to just make the shape cohesive, so that's what I'm going for. I don't want too much brown in this look, but I feel like it needs a little bit. Take a blending brush and just smooth this out right here. I haven't put any product on this brush. I'm just using it to make sure that if there's any stubborn areas that don't want to blend out with the smaller brushes, fluffier brushes will always do the trick. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and take the same angled brush that I've been using with a little bit of my Inglot gel liner. You guys could use any black gel liner, and I'm gonna create a pretty fierce wing. I'm just gonna follow the shape I already made. As I go in, I'm just gonna kind of taper it off really lightly because I still want to keep most of the product on the outside. I'm going to go ahead and switch to this little Tarte liner brush instead. Okay, so now before we finish off the eyes, I need to do the lower lash line, but before that I'm going to go ahead and do my face. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Fresh Beige. I've heard mixed reviews about the foundation. I think it's phenomenal. I've been wearing it every day. Currently, I'm a little bit too tan for this color because I just got back from Mexico, so don't mind the shade difference. So I also found that you don't want to rub with this foundation, you just wanted to do patting motions. Some people say it crumbled or like it was patchy. I feel like you need to pat it in. But it is by far like my favorite foundation right now. It looks great in photographs also. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and do our concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. I just used the shade Neutralizer, that's what it's called. And I'm gonna dab a little bit of this under my eyes. Put some on the tip of my nose. I'm gonna use the same Real Techniques brush that I used for my foundation. I don't know if I told you guys, it's the Sculpting brush, just because it fits under the eyes. And once again, you don't wanna rub this, you wanna pat. Get those under eye wrinkles. Ooh. I really like this concealer because it highlights the under eye and it's also really light, as in it's not gonna crease as much. What I'm trying to say is it's not creamy, so it doesn't really settle in the fine lines and move around and like mess up your mascara because it's dry. Does that make sense? If not, then I don't know. All right, to set my under eyes, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm just gonna take that on a Morphe E25 brush. This Laura Mercier powder has become my favorite for setting the under eye. I wouldn't recommend it all over the face though, because I feel like it does give like a flash. All right, so we're gonna bounce around back to the eyes now that the under eye concealer is all done. So I'm taking this really tiny angled brush. This one, oh my God, look at my hands. This one is by Morphe as well, and it's from the Mac Daddy set that he came out with them. So I'm gonna take this brush and create the lower wing that Taylor has in the video. This part's a little tricky for me, so wish me luck. I'm first gonna go around the lower lash line, and I think as I hit this part, not all the way to the end, but just right here, it just looks like hers comes here and then it goes straight out. Ooh, I took that a little far. So that's just gonna be my guideline. Now I'm gonna build it up a little bit. You can use gel liner if you want for this also. I just like to use eyeshadow because I feel like it's easier. If you mess up, you can take it away easier. And definitely use an angled brush like this because it also gives you the perfect line. So I'm also gonna take the inner corner here and point it downwards as well. All right, and then I'm gonna go back into those two brown colors that we used for the crease on the same little blending brush, and I'm going to diffuse the lower lash line. This is gonna make it look more worn in and like grungy. So you can see the difference, how this one is like diffused and a little bit more smoky. This one is just a little bit more blunt, and we want the more smoky look. All right, so also in the video, Taylor had like white faded in this little triangle, so I'm going back into the Nude palette. I'm just gonna call it Nude Men palette, and this little angled brush again, and I'm just gonna fade white in that little triangle. And then just fade it out into this area so that it kind of just blends. You don't want like an abrupt stop. I'm also going to take a little bit of white and just dot it in this little extra space here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a quick coat of mascara. This is Benefit's Roller Lash. And I'm just putting a little bit of this because I'm going to apply falsies. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply House of Lashes Iconic. Gotta make sure to really pop in those inner corners. It's the worst when they stick out if you don't make sure to glue them down good enough. Alright, so as my lashes are drying, let's go ahead and finish off the face. I'm using MAC's Give Me Sun Mineralize Skin Finish and a Morphe E3 brush. And I'm going to use this to warm up my skin. Assuming that I am a girl who can kick someone's butt, I feel like I should have a really fierce contour. So after I do this, we're going to give a real good contour. This is going to help give our contour a slight transition shade so it's not super blunt. Also, because I am more tan, this is going to help kind of warm up my skin. Alright, so I'm going to go into my Anastasia contour kit and pick up Havana, and I'm going to just chisel out the cheekbones. Oh, and I'm using a Zoeva 105 brush. And then over the contour, I'm going to apply this Cover FX. This is the Illuminator, and it's in the shade Sunlight. And just to give my face kind of like a nice glow, I'm gonna dust this all over. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of my Mary Luminizer by theBalm Cosmetics, put that on the tip of my nose and the Cupid's bow. One last thing for the eyes, I'm gonna use this NARS eyeliner pencil in the shade Rue Bonaparte in the waterline just to kind of make that black that we put down here pop even more. So I'm gonna make my sexy eyeliner face, which is like. And for blush, I'm going in with a light wash of Amber Rose by MAC, and I'm using the Morphe E3 brush. Alright, so the last step to the look is lips. I'm going to use MAC's Oak Lip Liner. I'm going to line my lips, and I think I'm just going to apply a gloss. Alright, and if you guys can see, the way I line my lips makes them look a little bit more pouty. I kind of just put a line down the center, and then 2 lines here. Gives you that kind of Angelina Jolie, kind of, not really, no. Not big enough. I tried. But anyways, I'm going to apply a Dose of Colors Undressed Lip Gloss. And I don't really want too much of this either. I kind of just want like a light wash. So I'm just putting a little bit of gloss over this. I want it to stay closer to my natural lip color. Alright, so I'm going to go back into the lip liner and just kind of redefine those edges a bit. Alright, and that's the last step to the makeup look. And you're done. Ready to go kick some butt. Alright guys, so that is it for this tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed it. It's so fun to do these kind of videos because they're more artistic and just edgy and not as like everyday type of makeup, which I really enjoy artistically. I really hope that you guys did too. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And once again, don't forget to head over to everyone's channels, give them some love, check out their videos, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye. Why do I say alright guys all the time? That was so lame. Katie! We're filming. Okay, so I'm not gonna add any, I don't even know where that came from. Edinburgh, I could keep going. From the fucking Just one brown hair, I swear, man. An amazing color. All right, I'm gonna get it this time. I swear, it's just getting in the way. Ay, Dios mío.